everybody, welcome back to my channel, Teresa Bailey. um how is everybody doing? How has the lockdown been for you, especially for those living in Jamaica? What have you been doing during the lockdown? And for those who have returned to school, high school, college, online learning again, how has it been for you? As a teacher, I can tell you, um it is still an adjustment. I think the whole online thing was, having had 1 year of it, it is not something I look forward to, but it is our present situation and something that we have to deal with now. So I'm dealing with it, but it's not so bad so far. But it's not the usual, right? And yeah, that's that. But for the lockdown, I have been wherever I can. I keep myself busy. Today I was cleaning and rearranging just to keep myself busy, keep my mind right, because even though I'm a homebody, the lockdown can have some impact. Just the idea of knowing that you're supposed to stay somewhere, you're not supposed to leave, you're not supposed to go anywhere. Yeah, there's something about that makes you feel, overwhelmed. But we have to do it in order to keep each other safe and whatever the case is. Alright, so good night again, and tonight I'm going to talk about 9 lessons I've learned during my 38 years on this earth. 9 lessons, and I don't know why I chose the number 9, but it is what came to me tonight. So that's what I'm going to talk about. And I don't know if anybody has been anticipating my vlog, because I only have 38 subscribers, but well, 37 now. Someone decided to take their leave. But yeah, I think for me, when you just start this YouTube thing, it's a lot to blend it in your life and to do it consistently. But I'm trying to be more consistent because I enjoy it, and I think it's a free space. It's a space where you can express yourself freely and just hardly any restrictions, you know what I mean? Just let go and be yourself. So I really like the space. Yep. So what have I learned? I'm looking on a different device, so that's why I'm looking down. What have I learned? My 38 years, my 9 lessons. I'm sure there are many, but the 9 most important lessons I've learned my 38 years of this life, or on this earth. Number 1. And before I even get into it, the lessons I've learned, having experienced a pandemic. You know what I mean? How many of us can say we've experienced a pandemic? When was the last pandemic? Decades ago, no? So I don't really know the exact time, but I know for sure that most people in this era have never experienced a pandemic. So having experienced a pandemic, and for almost what is it? Why am I not going to tell you how long now? Well, every day seems like the same day of the same things happening. Let me see. Yeah, well, it's a year and odd now. It's going on and little over a year. Yeah, or much more over a year. So there are a lot of things that I've come to understand. And the first one is, and I was looking down because I wrote them down so that I don't come here guessing and spelling. What you're experiencing now and where you are in your life is exactly where you're supposed to be. And that is the number 1 lesson I've learned my 38 years on this earth. What you're experiencing now and where you are in your life is exactly where you're supposed to be. Because some experiences can be very painful and can be very uncomfortable, but it's all in the name of growth. God knows best, and He knows where you need to grow and how you need to grow, and how that growth will impact not only you but many other people, hopefully positively though. And that is why you are where you are at, and that is why you're experiencing what you're experiencing. So for the most I can say, just take it one day at a time, pray, and just trust in the process that there's a lesson to be learned, and whatever lesson there is to be learned, it can be applied to your future, and hopefully can impact and save many others from going through what you are going through. The second lesson I've learned my 38 years on this earth, because I'm not shame of my age, you know, because it's, life is so short. So 38, I'm so happy that I'm 38. I hope I live to see many, many more years for the sake of my children. But yeah, I'm 38. I'm not afraid of that. I'm very proud actually. Number two, the second lesson I've learned. I remember these are 9 lessons that I've taken with me through my life, and that I've come to, that are a part of my life. 9 lessons. Love everybody, but don't tolerate purposeful, intentional disrespect. You know, you may have a friend, and I mean, that friend may, what should I say, not respect your privacy as much, not respect your space as much, but it's not, you know, it's not intentional. But when people go out of their way to make sure you are uncomfortable, and to make sure that they disregard your boundaries, then please don't tolerate that. So we love everybody, but don't tolerate purposeful, intentional disrespect. Because what you do, you put a damper on your spirit, and when you keep taking blows, I know some people say turn the other cheek. Oh no, I don't know, sir. I can't turn the other cheek. And I'm not saying every battle is a fight, because some battles they leave. Some battles you just leave for the higher power. But there are some battles you need to at least introduce your boundaries. You need to at least say who you are and what you represent, so that people don't think they can do this on and on and on. The third lesson is, it is important to dream, and dream big. As I think about this lesson, I'm thinking about being in literature class when I was going to college, and there was this lecturer who, a very wise man, very knowledgeable man, but it was a Shakespeare literature, sort of old English. I used to just daydream. I heard him, you know, I heard him for the most part, but I used to daydream a lot in the class, just to get through it, and just to know that just to get through it, right? So that is what came to mind. But when I say it is important to dream and dream, never let go of what you really like and what sets your soul on fire. There are things you do in life, and it just brings great joy to your heart. You can feel the joy, you can feel the happiness. You know, and I'm smiling right now because I'm thinking of things that make me really happy. And not because you're in a situation right now, it may be a job, it may be a living situation, it may be a family situation. There is, if you believe and if you're willing to work for it, a light at the end of the tunnel. Because it's just important to dream big. And I'm going to tell you one of the things I dream about. There are days when I dream about winning the lottery, you know. And honestly, I dream about all the things I would do if I came into so much money all of a sudden, and all the dreams I would make coming true, all my aspirations. And it takes me out of reality for a while, which is good. Sometimes you need to come out of reality and just take your mind away, take your mind far away from all the things that are pressuring. Yeah, man. And number 4, and I'm guilty of this too. The fourth lesson is, don't criticize others because they celebrate their success. I'm guilty of it too. I remember seeing people, well, so some of we both bad. Some of we, I might include myself, some of we both bad, because we never know what I drive car, we never know what I have PhD, we never know say what I have degree, we never know what I married kids. You know, all the worldly things that people are excited about. We never know, some of we don't know, so we, you know, overly and hype, and we call it hype, but I think it is wrong to judge those people, you know, because at the end of the day, you don't know people's struggle, you don't know where they're coming from. And I mean, listen, man, to be honest, if you don't celebrate you, nobody else will. Yeah, nobody else will really celebrate you. but I not celebrate you. Um, so celebrate you and be proud of you, and it's refreshing actually. I used to think that some people are bossy or them show off, and I'm sure some people have thought that of me. I don't care, but it's actually refreshing to see somebody being happy and somebody just living their true self. Because trust me, it is rare nowadays that you have people who live their through who live their true selves. You know what I mean? So if you feel like part of your true self is boasting about what you have and that makes you feel better, whatever it is, it's not my business to judge. So celebrate them too, you know. Don't turn up your nose at them, you know, because they never know. You never know what they went through to get it. You never know if they never thought they would have that in their lives. You never know if people told them that they couldn't. You know what I mean? So many different reasons. Or maybe them just bossy. And I saw that at them. You know, don't judge them. The fifth lesson is what goes around comes right back around. What what happens or what you do to people will come back right to you. And if it doesn't come back right to you, it comes back to your children. So I know we're not perfect. I'm not perfect, but don't purposefully nor intentionally go out there and try and hurt people. Man, tell you, it will come back, and why when it come back, it swing, come back with full force. Alright, so, and people call that karma, and I've seen karma in some ways. I'm like, what? Anyway, and I tried shaving my eyebrows. I don't have much. I think I want to microblade it eventually, but my shave is, it don't look too bad. Some look at you up on my face. Go on. I don't know, have a little shape to it. And the sixth lesson is choose your friends intentionally. You know, when I was younger, I didn't really choose a friend for, you know, I didn't have a type of a friend. So you choose your partner, your boyfriend, or your husband. I never had a type of a friend. Anybody who came who I matched with somehow, or I melded with somehow, or we got along, I chose them, and that was such a waste of my time. Because I was never really, I couldn't be an open friend or a friend that was all in, because trust is very important to me, and I know I couldn't trust most of who I've met, and I knew I couldn't trust them. I knew they weren't really my friends, you know what I mean? And some of them will say, oh, I think I've heard that some friends have said I'm a bit distant, and I'm not very accessible, you know, and emotionally I'm not really there. But I'm not there because I don't feel a sense of trust. You know what I mean? And secondly, I like to be honest, and that is what I'm looking for in any friend that I meet. I like really earthy people. I like people who are the things of the world. You know what I mean? I mean, I like some things too. I like jewelry, I like clothes, I like shoes, I like that. But I think I want a friend that we can sit on a mess and talk about the grass, and it is interesting. You know what I mean? We can sit and talk about the grass, and it is interesting. Somebody who is versatile, who is diverse in their conversation, in their thinking. Somebody is very earthy. You know? That's what I like. So choose your friends intentionally. Don't just choose people because they're around, or choose people who interest you, because it will be a waste of time for both of you if, you know, the person doesn't practice some of the same things you practice. You know what I mean? And as I said, choose people who you feel a sense of trust. You can't trust nobody still, so it's never a complete trust, but a sense of trust, and they match your energy. Like, I'm very earthy. I remember when I was cutting my locks, and I started over my locks. People see my locks, it's in one state. It is really, I never experienced the ugly phase of locks, because the first time I started with extensions, and I took off the extensions. But people, I started my locks from scratch this time. At least I think I had 1 inch of hair or less. I don't know, maybe the picture project I cut the weight cut, and the growth at each section was different. And I'm telling you, Yeah, I digress, but I'm telling you, when I went back natural, when I went back and I went back to lock my hair, but like, you love Laxi. And what about it, so? Because it's for, it's me. Locks represent me. Very natural, very, elegant, and just very natural and very earthy. So, yeah, choose your friends intentionally. It will make sense in the long run. Love hard, but do not love foolishly. And remember that one, number 7, that lesson: love hard, but do not love foolishly. And there is a difference. I remember when I don't remember what age I was, and my father looked me dead in the eye and he said to me, "You have to love yourself first in any situation." I don't know what happened, but he said you have to love yourself first, because if you don't love yourself, nobody else will love you, and you won't know, or you won't fully understand how people should treat you. So number 7 is love hard, because it is good to love hard. I'm working on that. I don't deal with the love hard thing, but I'm working on it. I truly not talking. I'm very, yeah, I don't really deal with it. It's too much, and I'm not very emotionally available. I'm not. Um, to my children, I try to be. I have to be, because who else is going to be to them? And I try to be sometimes in a relationship, but I'm not very. I'm not very emotionally available. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know if it's the Aquarian in me, the February Aquarian in me, because January woman fool. You know, take it back. January Aquarian different. Them love hard bad. So I'm thinking, unno fool, not unno fool. Don't, no, you just love hard bad. But like, the February Aquarian in me is a very, very like, it's very, very like, I don't get attached to people. I don't get emotionally available. I'm not emotionally available to most people. I'm emotionally available to probably children. Because sometimes you're too emotionally involved and people take advantage, or people don't do what they need to do. Anyway, I digress. But love hard, but not foolishly. And remember that at number 7, because it's important that in loving hard, you know what is love, and you know how to love yourself. All right. Number 8 is, I'm looking at the time. Number 8 is chase freedom and happiness. You deserve it. Chase freedom. Never stop chasing freedom and happiness. But in doing so, be logical and be practical. But always, freedom for you can be becoming an author. Freedom for you can be working at one of the biggest companies. That's whatever your freedom is. Never stop chasing that. I mean, in the meantime, stick to what work, or in the meantime of chasing that, work on yourself, and sometimes you have to stick to what not pays your bills only, but what you need to have to survive, right? Sometimes you stick to that before you move on to getting the actual freedom and happiness. But you deserve it, and it exists. I'm chasing it right now. I always chase freedom and happiness. Freedom for me is how do I say this without being too frank? Because I can be very frank. Freedom for me is being comfortable in my own skin, which I think I am, but more so. Yeah, being comfortable in my own skin and calling my own shots. Yeah, and living by my own standard and by my own, living in my truth. That's freedom for me. Happiness for me is being free, and being free according to my standard and what I think freedom is. Sitting on a beach is free to me. Sitting on a beach is free. Shopping is free. We can't do that much anymore because we don't know. Finan- Financially, everybody has to be tightening up financially because this economy, you just never know what to expect, and this virus. By the way, I pray that everybody's keeping safe. I have no opinions. I will never put out my opinions on the vaccine on YouTube on my channel, but I just hope you're keeping safe, and I hope. Remember, you have to build your immune system as well. So try that. Your garlic, your ginger, whatever. I don't know. I try many things and pray and just be grateful for each day. Yeah, it's a lot. We're living in times that. Why I don't know. I don't know. It's very difficult times, very challenging times. So number 8. So let's see if it's the camera look like that trim or something. Because I'm knocking whatever. Alright, chase freedom and happiness. You deserve it. Never stop chasing it. And in saying that happiness is not in somebody else, you can't find happiness in a person for yourself. You have to find happiness within yourself, and I am chasing that too. I'm trying to find happiness within myself, because if you look for it in a job, if you look for it in a partner, if you look for it even in your children, if that's where you think you can only find happiness, and you don't know what it is to feel that happiness inside, and that's a problem. So find your happiness inside. If it means I've started writing, I was supposed to write this morning, I did not. I recently started exercising. Need to lose a lot of pounds. I gained a lot of pounds after I started working again because of stress. I think it's because of stress. Yeah, and yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to continue doing that. I want to continue writing. Listening to me, I don't know what it is, but I have not really sat down and listened to music in a while. Like, I do it sporadically, but that's something I really enjoy. I enjoy shopping bag. There's nothing. My tongue looks white. Anyway. Alright, and the last lesson I've learned on my 38 years on this earth is, you hear this very regular. Learn how to love yourself, and remember that you are a work in progress. You'll get there. People have so many things to say about people. I know they have a lot to say about me, because you don't know them. You don't know how to manipulate them. You don't know what they're thinking, and you just can't study the person, so you just don't like them, or you just have something against them. I don't care. But I say that to say is, we're all a work in progress, everybody, and once you're seeking knowledge and you're seeking faith, and you're seeking to strengthen your walk with whomever you believe in, whichever entity you believe in, your God, you are a work in progress, and you are going to be exactly who you want to be eventually. So love yourself, learn, and you know what I said, I said learn how to love yourself, meaning many of us suffer from some childhood trauma, and we have not dug down deep and realized that this is what is happening in my life, this is why I am the way I am, and I'm going to try my best to find out what that trauma is, what caused that trauma, and how I can recover from it, how I can learn to love myself in ways that I was not loved as a child, that I was not taught to love myself as a child. And that is very, very important. We have to deal with childhood traumas, because that's where our healing comes from, and that's when we learn to love ourselves. As I said, we are a work in progress, and it is never fair for people to just get up and judge others, because you never know. Alright everybody, thank you for watching this video. Remember to like, share, subscribe, what else, tell a friend to tell a friend. And I think I have a lot to say over here, and you can participate, comment, say something in the comments. Tell me what you think. Tell me what you think about the lockdown. If you're not in lockdown, tell me what you think about just the 9 lessons that I've learned. What have you learned all of your years on this earth? What have you learned? What have you gotten from this earth? What do you plan to do about what you've learned? You know, how do you apply it to your everyday life to make you a better person? Because the goal is to make you a better person at the end of the day. Because being a better person is good, and there's freedom in being a better person. There's freedom in not not living up to people's expectations, but being the fullness of you. You understand what I'm saying? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and remember to like, share, you may say it slow, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.